really lucky to be able to see this painting in the flesh finally, which we've been looking forward to for some time.
Indeed.
We are looking at Giovanni del Campo's Allegory of Virtuous Love. Del Campo was part of the Caravaggiist painters in Rome. He belonged to a community of Flemish and Dutch painters who were known collectively as the bent vogels, the birds of a feather.
Flemish painters like Giovanni del Campo, who came from Antwerp, and they were drawn towards Rome so that they could study together and look at Caravaggio's paintings and see them in the flesh.
The subject of virtuous love is the sort of subject that we can imagine a wealthy Italian nobleman wanting to have. A man crowned with a laurel wreath and draped in clothing with laurel leaves in his right hand and a third in his left hand, which are symbols of justice, temperance, and fortitude. And it really is intended as a private domestic picture as opposed to something for public consumption.
I think what was so striking about Caravaggio's paintings compared to what had come before that is his use of models who look like the everyday, and then his dramatic use of light. So you have this dark background and the figure is just emerging into the light. And the light is bathing the face and the flesh. And this is called chiaroscuro. This tactility, it plays to that naturalism of the painting as a whole. It's very, very sensuous. And of course, this was a major part of what the Caravaggists were trying to achieve. In Rome, before Caravaggio came along, people weren't used to seeing this. In paintings, the subjects would be idealized. They would not be of the everyday. You're drawn into the picture. It's interactive, and you feel that you are a part of it.
I think hand in hand with that is the fact that he's a life-size figure.
Yes,
He's very approachable. In that way, creates a certain intimacy between you, the viewer, and the figure in the painting. And do we think this would have been a real model?
Oh, I think almost certainly.
John Michael Montias was a man who I had admired for more than a decade, whose publications I think were among the most influential art historical writing. Del Campo's Allegory of Virtuous Love had long gone as an unattributed painting, and various proposals had been made, but nothing really stuck. And Montias in the mid-1970s was working in the Delft archives and came across a description of this very painting, said to be by Del Campo. And then a few years later, actually saw the painting and managed to buy it. And it was really Montias's research that for the first time put the two and two together.
I think what I love about the story is that he remembers this one fleeting reference to a virtuous love painted by Giovanni del Campo, and that jumped back to him when he saw this painting come on the market. It sort of stops you in your tracks, doesn't it?